Hello, Acadiana, and welcome to the Veterans Corner. Thank you for inviting us back in your home today. I'm Greg Gagne, a veteran advocate, and I'm partnering with the Louisiana Veteran Business Outreach Center and Acadiana Works. Now, the mission is to assist veterans in meeting their needs, from starting a business to providing resources for benefits and job assistance. So veterans can call 824-3900, again, 824-3900. Now, one of the ways we help veterans is that we do television interviews with employers and nonprofit agencies that operate in the community. Now, this is a free service to them. So if employers and nonprofit agencies wish to be a part of the Veterans Corner, all they got to do is call 824-3900, again, 824-3900. Thank you. Now, on to our guest. Our guest today is Mr. Donahue Hudson. He is the chapter chair for the SCORE agency here in Acadiana. And he's here today to share with us information about the various types of services he offers, or rather the chapter offers, to business owners, startup businesses, and so forth. And hopefully he will give us some new information, right? Okay. Donahue, man, how you doing?
Great to be here. Thank you for inviting me. Thanks for putting all this together, and thanks for all this. First of all, for your service as a veteran.
Well, thank you.
And all the things you've done for the country, and we appreciate that. And thanks for your continuing service.
Oh yeah, well, we're out there doing our best. Tell me a little bit about SCORE and just exactly what type of services you really bring to Acadiana.
Well, SCORE, a little quick history.
Okay.
SCORE started around 1968.
Okay.
And the idea behind SCORE stands for Service Corps of Retired Executives. And the idea was that people who were retired would then be able to use their knowledge to help mentor people who are still in business and people who were starting up business, because people who had been in business and had just would know not only the regional and local concerns, but they would also have practical knowledge. It's great to have an academic knowledge and knowledge about what you can learn from books and what you can learn academically is super important. It's a foundation. But at the end of the day, we all know that there's a lot of lessons that you can't learn in school.
Yeah, you're right.
All right.
I've learned them.
And that's it. And the only way to get that is to get a bit of these white hairs and to have experience and to have time.
Right.
And that was the idea behind SCORE, to use people who had experience, who had this kind of practical knowledge, and mentor and share people. Now, and that's basically the way it is operated. Now, the Acadiana SCORE chapter, and the Acadiana SCORE chapter covers 7 parishes. We carry St. Mary, Iberia, Lafayette, Evangeline, St. Landry, and Vermilion, and Acadia. That's it.
Okay.
So that's our 7 parish area, and what we do, a few years ago, well, I say a few years ago, it's getting to be longer and longer now. I'd say about 15 years ago, we were a nationally recognized chapter.
Okay.
But one of the things that SCORE deals with is we're an all-volunteer organization, and that means, of course, when we're dealing with retirees, that we don't always have great succession plans. If somebody resigns or passes away, there's not always a great leadership succession plan to follow up. So what happened was a couple of our people who were very, very dynamic and did some extraordinary things passed away, and there was nobody there to pick up the baton.
Okay.
So we've languished a bit. A lot of people don't know about who and what we are. But here's where SCORE has phenomenal success. If you're interested, and if you're somebody who says, well, we're associated with the SBA, a Small Business Administration.
Right.
And if you're worried about government expenses and the best use of your tax dollars, studies have shown nobody else. We're an all-volunteer organization. I don't get paid a dime for what I do. Okay. People who are involved with SCORE are people who, one, believe in the entrepreneurial spirit of the United States. Capitalism and what capitalism can bring and what capitalism can do for an economy, for a region, for a locality, for a society. That's what SCORE volunteers are all about. We're about harnessing the dynamics of capitalism to help make you successful. And by helping make you successful and helping you join in and better engage with your local economy, you're also uplifting the economy.
Right, right.
Okay?
Right.
People who have a small business are concerned about crime. People who have a small business are concerned about education. And they know how to engage with the rest of the community is because they know how to engage with their business.
Yes.
So what SCORE is, first and foremost, is what we concentrate on is helping make you, a small business, successful. We have lots of assets. Now, we help people start up.
Okay.
Okay, and we have programs and workshops which we're about to announce that will be ongoing.
Okay.
And our workshops will work this way. You'll come to our original workshops and they will be a sort of introduction to SCORE and introduction to what we do.
Mm-hmm.
But we will ask you while you're there to please tell us about yourself and what you want to do. Are you a new business? How long have you been in business? If you're somebody that's been in business for a while, are you looking to expand?
Right, right.
We have the facilities and the assets to give all of that, to help with all of that. And we have mentors all over the country. We don't just have, we have mentors locally, and we need face-to-face mentors.
Right, right.
I need somebody like you who wants to work with one business.
Mm-hmm.
If each person who hears my voice, who has the capability, would give 3 hours a month to one business using SCORE volunteer services, you can have a tremendous impact. And you get to choose who you work with. The SCORE mentor-mentee relationship is a very personal one. You choose who you want to work with. The mentees choose if they want to work with you.
Mm-hmm.
And generally what that means is it's like a marriage of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you are really engaged and invested in the people, and it gives for a lot more success and a lot more opportunity for people to be successful, and they engage in it. Now, is everybody who engages in the mentor session successful? No. But we have, for the tax money that's spent, we have a tremendous record of impact and for success.
That's good.
For the last 2 years, SCORE mentors and us Louisiana mentee have been honored at the national convention as being the leading entrepreneurial entities in the SCORE program.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, we've got some great mentors. We've got some great mentors, and we've got some people here who have great ideas.
Right, right.
And what we offer is this. Besides the workshops, we ask you to come in, tell us about yourself. Then if you're a startup, we have a series of workshops that we want to introduce you to. We can introduce you to the concepts of what it means to start a business in an hour or a 90-minute session. But I can't get you there 100%. So we will come back and break that the things we go over in the first 90 minutes
Yeah.
into another series of workshops that last, 4 more workshops. And then we will pair you up with a mentor. And that mentor may be face-to-face, or that mentor may be online and virtual.
Well, basically, you're giving them a foundation. That's what you're doing, building them up.
That's right.
With a good mindset as well, because one of the biggest things I've found is that business owners, especially new entrepreneurs, doesn't realize that to some degree this is the 24/7 thing, because if you don't work, you don't develop income, guess what? You and your family don't eat. That's one thing. So the discipline and going through the steps that you guys take kind of builds them up and ready them for this type of, sacrifice that they're going to have to make if they really want to make it in business. Because, as you know, a lot of businesses don't make it the first year,
Right.
for all host of reasons.
Right.
But one of the main things is that mindset, that discipline, that I'm going to do it, And if you got the foundation, which you guys offer, I mean, the chances of making it increases a whole lot.
We want people to understand, and we try to help people understand, we don't want to discourage anybody.
Right.
If you have a dream, If you want to start a business, if your business isn't growing the way you want it to, we want to help you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We want to do anything we can, but we believe in reality, and if you want to call it a kind of tough love,
mm-hmm.
that's what it is. Okay? And what we're talking about is this. You're right. A lot of people come to us and they have these wonderful ideas, and a good 70, 75, 80% of the people who come to us with, I need some money, I need some financing.
Right.
And well, before anybody else is going to invest in your idea, how much have you invested in it?
Right.
Okay?
Right.
How much do you have to invest in it? And if you don't, along with that, it may take a year to get your finances in order. You may need to clean up your credit rating. You may need to do this. And the truth of the matter is, and you know this
mm-hmm.
from being out there,
mm-hmm.
they're people, for lack of a better word, I'd call shyster organizations.
Yes.
That will promise you the moon if you
Right.
pay them $25,000 or $5,000,
Right.
and they'll get you all this stuff. That's not true. We don't charge you anything. SCORE is strictly volunteer.
Right.
You will do the work, but we will mentor you through it. You will understand the steps you are taking and why you are taking them. And you will work very, very, like you were saying. If you're the boss, you have to be the janitor,
Right.
the bathroom cleaner, the dock foreman, the clerk, and the CEO.
Right.
And when everybody else gets paid who's on your payroll,
Right.
if there's not enough money to pay you, you need to understand you're the last to get paid
That's
out
right.
of everybody.
That's right.
That's not a bad thing, because if you are building your company up, you get the equity in your company.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, this is going to end this first segment. We're going to get back to this because this is really, really good. So we'll be back in a minute or two, okay? Thank you.
America, I love you, America. You see, my God, He done shed His face on thee, and you ought to love Him for it, 'cause He crowned that good. He told me He would. Every brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I thank you, Lord.
Okay, we're back, and let's see what Mr. Hudson has to tell us. I'll tell you what, go over that last session about the last segment we were just finishing up on, about the business owner who wanted to become an entrepreneur and the steps that to take, and about being paid the last one.
Well,
That in itself is
these are part of the truths that we want people to appreciate. Many people have great ideas and they have wonderful concepts. You can be successful in business, but it's very much by following some tried and true steps.
Mhm.
And many people just they've never been to business school. They don't understand that it's a lot more than just getting the money. Before you get the money, you need to have a business plan in place. You need to be able to have a plan and know how you're going to ship, how you're going to market,
Right.
how many employees are you going to need. If you are retired, then you have a lot of time. But if you are working full time, how are you going to find the time to do your full-time job and do a business?
Right.
So all of these things need to be thought about.
yeah.
And so what we try to do is bring people through our workshops. Now, those are for workshops for people who are starting a business.
Okay.
We also have workshops for people who are already engaged in business. We call it business triage.
Okay.
So you can assess your business and see where your business really is. You may have been in business for years, But one person starts a business, use an example. Somebody opens up a chicken frying place. One person becomes Popeyes, another person is still selling chicken out of one location years later. Both of them may be very happy with what they want. But if you're somebody who wants to expand, then you're going to have to, and this is the key, if you want your business to work, you have to learn how to engage properly with marketing, with finance, with management of other businesses, because I am going to want to service you. If you're in business, then I want to be your accountant. I want to be your supplier. I want to be able to do these things with you. That's how I'm going to make my money, supplying you. But if you can't engage with me,
it's kind of tough to do
then
that.
it's hard for me to supply you. And I tend to go away, because if I can engage with this person and they pay me on time and they buy more products from me, then they're going to get more of my attention.
Right.
And understanding all of that is what we try to help people do. And we have, SCORE is, as I said, associated with the SBA. A lot of what SCORE does, and when we say we're a mentor-mentee relationship, we don't do those things for you, but we will share with you where you can find the information.
Right, the resources.
And once we share with you where the information is, it's up to you. It's up to you to go get it.
Yes.
And then you come back to us, and then we'll know. Did you read the information, or did you want us to just do it for you? And if that's the case, then what I begin to appreciate and will counsel is, you're not really serious about being an entrepreneur. You may be a very hard worker, but if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you got to be all those things. You got to be whatever it takes. And being entrepreneurial means that you read the information, and if you read it and don't understand it, then you come back to me, or you go back to anybody, and you demand somebody tell you what you need to do.
Right.
I believe in SCORE stresses. I can get you from here to there, but you have to pull the cart.
See, that's what I found out in my earlier years, which not so much so that I learned it, just that I grew up in a construction family, a family-owned business, so I have an idea what was involved. So when I started my business, I knew I had to get out there and go through the process, knocking on doors. If I have to, that's what you have to do. Think about it, sleep on it, eat it, drink it, you know. But I found a lot of business owners coming out there who want to become entrepreneurs, and all they see, they come in from labor side, going into administrative side, or the business side. All they see, what you got money coming in. What they don't see is a person like myself, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, money going out, I'm writing checks out. And like you said, at the end, I'm the last one who's paid.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and a lot of times, a lot of small business owners don't use SCORE, or even don't come to us even. They find out the hard way, and then they start cutting back on things.
Which is the last thing you should do.
That's the last thing you should do. They cut back rather than to go out and do research, contact people such as yourself and myself. But the thing is, though, a lot of small business owners don't do that because they don't think that's necessary. I hate to say it like that.
No, but it's, and for many people it's describing, I like to think that in some ways we're a bit of a miracle worker. And from only from this standpoint, most people are blind to what they, and it's hard to describe a color to a blind person. We give you business sight, and now we can describe the colors to you. And you're very, very right. And remember, a few years ago there was a commercial for an oil filter, and it was, "You can see me now, you can see me later."
Yes.
And I'm telling business startups, especially, and even business owners, you can see us now, and it costs you nothing. Or you can see us later after you've spent a lot of money.
That's right.
And after you've gone down the road. And it's a lot, and I'm an attorney by profession, and I'll say this unequivocally. As an attorney, you can see me now or you can see me later.
That's right.
And it's a lot cheaper for me to help you at the beginning. Because if you come see me later when I have to untie the knots that you've done from doing it wrong, it's much more expensive. It's
Yes.
much harder to deal with. We are a service that, now as I'm saying all of this,
Mhm.
it is paramount to be understood, and I'm asking people unreservedly. SCORE doesn't work without mentors. If you can please volunteer, because something like this will go out over the airwaves, people will know that we're there to help them, and we'll get calls for help, and we won't have enough people to help them.
That's right. That's right.
So if you believe in the entrepreneurial spirit of the United States, if you believe in the concept of the power of capitalism to affect social and real important change in your community,
Yes.
give 4 hours a month to SCORE. And not only will it help you, but here's a little known fact. People who are in SCORE, now SCORE used to stand for retired executives. I'm not retired by a long shot, okay? I'm not retired by a long shot. But people who are in business who volunteer for SCORE get training, because you have to be, before I can mentor you, I have to know the information.
That's right.
And SCORE has a lot of assets, online assets. They've upgraded things. There's lots of information. You will learn how to navigate the various regulations and information that's available from the Small Business Administration. You will become, in effect, an expert. It won't happen overnight.
Right.
But if you're a SCORE mentor, you get access to this information, even at a deeper level than somebody who is a mentee. And you will learn that stuff, and that will help you in your business, not to mention all the networking that you get to do.
Right.
So, quite honestly, you get back as much as you give.
That's right.
So we're encouraging people to please be mentors, and we guarantee that people who are mentors do very, very well. Their businesses generally grow, and you help the community in such extraordinary ways. And at the end of the day, what this is about community.
Mm-hmm.
If we come together and we work together, and I get to know you and you get to know me, you know, a lot of problems go away when people get to know each other and start working and helping each other out.
What you're saying is true, because during my time in business and prior to business and in the administrative field for over 25 years, I found that only one thing really counts, and that's a relationship. Okay. Without the relationship, you can get rid of the money, assets, and everything else. The relationship that two people have, if it's really tight, nothing can be broken there. I'm not saying it can't be broken, but the chance of it being broken is very small. So a relationship is very important as far as I'm concerned. That's exactly what you're saying. And for me, I want to affect change in people's lives. This will end the show. So I'd like to thank the Louisiana Veteran Business Outreach Center and Acadian Works and the ALC staff for allowing us this time to present this program to you. So thank you, goodbye, and God bless America.